G'day guys, and today I'm going to review the game which is between Geelong and Fremantle at Optus Stadium in Perth. A bit safer than Victoria right at the moment, going into lockdown number 5. So I wonder how many more are to come, but so yeah, lockdown tonight for all Victorians as of 11:59 p.m, which is pretty close actually. By the time this video is done, lockdown will be in for a few days, hopefully not too long. But what was not socially distanced was Geelong's effort. It was absolutely brilliant. It was comprehensive. The Cats got off to a really good start, and they just kept going on with it. It was a great four-quarter performance. Haven't seen many four-quarter performances from the Cats. We've had some patches, that's for sure, but yeah, definitely one of our best wins of the season. Right up there with the West Coast and Richmond win. And just the way and the manner in which Geelong went about it and won it was probably the most impressive. As we can see, probably could have been up by even more at quarter time. And again, 30 scoring shots, you probably get slightly better bang for buck. But to hit the 100-point mark and to keep Freo to just over 30 on their home deck, pretty crazy. And Freo definitely didn't make the most of their opportunities, and their kicking was absolutely terrible. They made Geelong look pretty good, but again, our pressure was quite high. And once you've got that mindset, it creates a perceived pressure, and then Freo all of a sudden start making mistakes that they probably wouldn't normally make. And yeah, I think that genuinely leads to inability to be able to sort of convert those shots on goal, and you miss ones you'd probably normally get, and rather than 3-13, you might get, I don't know, 6-10 or something like that. So, yeah, just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But I was just so pleased with, our pressure for 4 quarters. Sustained pressure on the opposition was excellent, commendable. And, yeah, we looked really good. Our connection between the midfield and the forward. The backline didn't have to do a hell of a lot. They were pretty well protected by our midfield, who was just, excellent over the course of the night. The forwards' pressure was superb. Off seeing Dalhouse managed, I think it looks a bit more than managed. I think Radagalier was in that camp, and it was a silent way of saying dropping. Dalhouse has had the most intensity I've seen in a long time. He obviously had a good game against the Dogs, but one of his best games for the club. He was ferocious. He was applying tackles and pressure acts and kicked a goal. So definitely one of his best games for quite some time. I'll definitely talk about the players a bit more. But yeah, the system and the method in which we played the game was positive. We were very strong around the ball. In the contest, we were really, really good. And we just made life very hard for Fremantle. Again, with that pressure was really good. We gave Hawke and our forward line some really good looks. I think it was 28 marks inside 50 or something like that. It was absolutely unheard of. And yeah, most of our players just firing on all cylinders, just playing their role, and we didn't really give Fremantle much of a look. They kicked a couple in the second term to respond, and well, as you can see, 3 goals in 4 quarters tells the story. I think they definitely missed some chances. Pressure definitely helped out there. Yeah, just our ability to be clean, good in the contest, post clearance, and I was just so stoked with the way we played. Especially up forward, it was going to be like where the goal's coming from, and Hawke pops up as he often does, and then the small guys were getting involved. Midfielders help out, and Dangerfield was the wild card. So it was ultra pleasing, and we're on top of the table right this very second. Obviously, the Dogs and the Melbourne Demons have to still play. But, just an all-round super strong defensive and offensive effort executed excellently. The disposal count was unbelievable. So we're looking at, got to do my maths there, 123 disposals more than Freo. Just absolutely dominated possession, plus 20 inside 50s. That was really good. The disposal efficiency is always just a touch around that 75% mark. Inside 50 was so dangerous when we did move it there. Got a few more free kicks. Hitouts weren't too bad. Plus 9 in clearances. And plus 20 in contested possession. Obviously, that's a really good one, and this is quite damning. It's plus 104 uncontested possessions. That's just a lack of work rate, and just absolutely tearing it up. Look at this. The marks are just, in wet conditions, 137 marks. If you can see that against Geelong, good luck winning. 28 marks inside 50. The average is, as you can see, I think that's potentially for Geelong. I don't recall a game where there's 28 marks inside 50, let alone in wet conditions. What an effort. I have to see the record for that. I doubt it will be, but yeah, we're really good in the air. 16 contested marks, 14 goals, 16 clearly had a line of terms. And what I was really pleased with is leading in tackles as well. To lead in tackles and have 123 more possessions, that's just a massive and monster work rate. Very pleasing. We'll have a look at the votes, and they were quite tough because there's a lot of really good players on the night. And yeah, it's a bit of a head scratcher, but I did whittle it down to 3. Menegola gets my 3 votes. He kicked a goal, 30 touches, 9 marks, 7 clearances, and almost 800 metres gained. A couple of goal assists in there. He was just everywhere. He works so hard up and back. He works to help out the defence. You often see him just floating down the corner of the screen, just running back to help out the defence. And obviously, yeah, whenever he got the ball, he just booted at 50, which is just what you need to do when it's wet conditions. So loved the way he went about it. Super tough, super strong, and just a courageous player. 2 votes. P. Dangerfield. He kicked 3 goals, 22 touches. He could have kicked 5 if he kicked a little bit straighter. 7 marks, and he got 6 clearances next to his name. Interesting, he only gained 280 metres, but there you go. A couple of goal assists in there for Paddy as well. So it was really dynamic in the forward line. Doesn't mind a goal over in the West against the Dockers. Kicked 4 against them in 2017, which got us the win. And 3 tonight, which was, yeah, we had to have it, obviously, without Rowan and Cameron. And if you asked before the game who were going to kick the goals without Cameron and Rowan, and for the Cats to get 100 points in wet conditions, pretty darn good effort, I think. We look quite mobile and quite quick as a result of it. 1 vote to T. Hawkins. He kicked 4 goals and took 6 marks, a few hit-outs in there, as he always does, and he's normally on the end of goal assists. But yeah, Hawk does some nice work in the ruck inside 50, and yeah, he had some really good looks and some good connection with the mids, and definitely made the most of his chances. He's kicked 16 goals in the last 5 games, and that will be 20 goals in the last 6. So he doesn't mind playing the Dockers. I remember he kicked, I think, 3 in the opening term in 2018, I believe. It would have been 2018 or 2019. Loves playing them, and yeah, again, to kick 4 in the wet as a big key forward is just really good, and obviously leading goal scorer on the ground. He's a little bit quiet in the second half. They put him on a bit of ice and just calm down his body a little bit and give him a bit of a rest, which is good. But there were so many good players, which is always good. Guthrie had 35. He always racks it up, and definitely had some really good kicks in the corridor. Tui quietly accumulated 30. Maybe we weren't looking at him, but he was quite prolific with the ball. Parfitt, real workman's-like game. He was really good. He had 22 and 10 tackles. Narkle kicked a goal with 26. And again, he was quietly accumulating a bit of the footy as well. Just needs to use it a bit better, but definitely played his role and hopefully stays in the side. Dalhouse, as I mentioned off the top, 17 touches, a goal, 8 tackles. Really pleased with his game, and one of his best games of the year. Not to ask for this every week, but this should be his benchmark, or at least this is what he should be aiming for each week. It doesn't mean he has to get 30 possessions and kick 5 goals. He just needs to kick a goal or 2. Just be really hard to play on. That's all we ask for. Smith was a bit quiet in the second half, but good in the first half. He normally racks up a little bit over 20 and generally gains a fair bit of meterage. Higgins was okay with 20 touches. Played all right. He was silky at times. Selwood played a really good game. He kicked a goal and got 24 touches. Stewart somehow took 9 marks. I don't know how, but he did. And got the 20. O'Connor also got 20, surprisingly. It didn't feel like he had a lot of it, but he did have a few kicks. Stanley obviously battled a little bit with Darcy, but again, he cracks in and just keeps going. He's not going to beat the best ruckman, and he shouldn't be expected to beat the best ruckman in the world. As long as he provides a contest and does damage the other way, that's fine. Could have had a goal or 2 next to his name, but sometimes you miss, sometimes you kick him. Close had an excellent game. One of the best 12 possession games you'll see. He kicked a goal and 5 tackles, 12 touches. Every time he touches the footy, it hits a target. I reckon he'd have nearly 100% disposal efficiency. I'll see if we can get that stat. I might have to go advanced. Please show us. No, it's not going to. Might have to magically scroll across. I'd love to see his disposal efficiency because he just always hits the target every time he gets the ball. Brian Myers, he got a goal next to his name. He also fell on his ass going for goal, which was, I said, put your glasses down, and, well, he did the latter. So, yeah, he was solid throughout the night. Buse, I liked his game. He was quite attacking off half-back, and he takes the game on and had a few good looks. He could have kicked a goal or two, but not to be. Henry was decent. He wasn't challenged too much down back, and how did he take 9 marks? It didn't feel like it, but there you go. He plays his role well. I don't like him spoiling. I just want him to keep marking it. Cole Destiny doesn't handball much, as we can see there. He had some decent moments. He had 11 marks. Yeah, that's a pretty good game, actually. Yeah, that's unbelievable. Well done, Collar. And I reckon there was 1 or 2 that they didn't pay, and it was a bit stiff not to be paid. Maybe didn't fully control it. Putzars wasn't too bad. I like him down back. Don't like him in the ruck a lot. Radically had some really good moments, and he took some really good grabs. For the Cats, kicked a goal. Atkins played a decent game. It's funny, I feel like he's had games where he's had more of the footy, but I felt like he was more effective tonight with the 14. You can see a lot of Dockers down the pointy end. Holmes obviously didn't play. Well, he didn't get utilised, I should say. Yeah, so that's a bit of a look at the players, and if we have a bit of a look at next week, don't know where it'll be. Well, they may be thinking MCG, but a very interesting time slot for the Cats and the Tigers. A few weeks in footy's a long time. Obviously this is prime time Friday night footy, and 2 of the absolute heavyweights over the last 3 or 4 years, and have been shafted to the 140 time slot, and Cats home game. So I reckon a bit of it's to do with the Cats having a bit of an extra break after going to Freo was a 5-day break, but we could have maybe squeezed them in for a Saturday night game or something like that. But sign of the times, they're not rating Richmond, and Rewalt's all over it as well. But I expect us to win that and win well. It'll be interesting to see how we go after sort of maybe a 6-day and then a 5-day break, but we've just got to validate that. So 5-day break, I believe. Yeah, so Carlton on a Saturday into Thursday, and then Saturday the week before that looks to be an 8-day break. Cool. Yeah, Geelong seemed to manage it well last year. See how it all pans out. I think, we're in a good spot, as you can see there, top of the ladder, which is really promising. I'd expect Melbourne or the Dogs to get the job done. Both of them might get the job done, and then we'll probably be back to third, but that's all good in the hood. Cats look to, top 4's looking pretty nice, but again, it only takes 1 or 2 bad games to get that all unstuck, as the West Coast Eagles found out in season 2019. They lost the Hawks in the round 23, and that shot their top 4 and their season to pieces. So, I just loved how it was a nice, even 4-quarter performance, great team effort, and I just loved the pressure and the intensity that we had. We were super hungry, and I'd love to see that more. And again, we can finish top 2 all we like, but I want to see that footy in finals, because that's what wins finals. Tough football over 4 quarters. That's it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review, and for Cats fans, hope you enjoyed the game. 69-point win to the Cats. So, super pleasing. Guys, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe away, tap the bell if you want to be notified. Once I upload a video, there'll be plenty coming up. That's for sure. Thanks again, guys. Have a good one. See you next time.